What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 300 subscribers, of course. And I was just on TikTok scrolling, and then I saw a Pelicans Jrue Holiday. I'm like, oh shit, he used to move like that. I remember, like shit was just a couple years ago. And looking back, that shit was 6 years ago, which is kind of crazy. But I feel like Jrue Holiday is really underrated, and like in a sense, like, do we think he's a Hall of Famer? Is he? Is he not? Like I saw a video a couple months ago where Brandon Jennings thinks he could beat Jrue Holiday in a 1v1. That's not happening, because Jrue Holiday has a bag. Like, don't think because he's a defender he swolled up a lot when he got to the Celtics in Milwaukee. He's not a bucket, because skinny Jrue Holiday was getting buckets. Like, I'm probably going to put his highlights up on the screen, but it's not like he didn't average 20 points plus in a season before, because in the 2018-19 season he did that. He was on the Pelicans for a couple years. He made the All-Star team when he was on the Philadelphia 76ers. That's where he started out his career. But let's just look through his career, because, okay, we got nothing to do till, obviously, the Thunder Timberwolves game tonight. So let's just do it. And Jrue Holiday's first season for the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2009-2010 season, he averaged 8 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Not really doing anything, only getting 24 minutes a game. He was coming off the bench. His second season, when he became a starter, he averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. Again, showing the improvement early on. He still had the defensive bag. Yes, the jumper wasn't there yet, but he still was getting to the rim. This was explosive Jrue Holiday, because when Jrue Holiday was explosive, I felt like he was at his best. Not just the lockdown defender that we see he is today. I like bucket getters, and this Jrue Holiday was a bucket getter. Even though the points don't show it, he still was getting buckets. In the 2011-2012 season, he averaged 13.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. In the 2012-2013 season, his first All-Star appearance, he averaged 17.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. This was the season where the Philadelphia 76ers made the playoffs, I believe. Or was it the season before? But it was one of these seasons where they made the playoffs, and it was Jrue Holiday and Andre Iguodala leading this Philadelphia 76ers team. Then he was obviously traded to New Orleans, where he would spend most of his career at. In the 2013-2014 season, Jrue averaged 14.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. In the 2014-15 season, he averaged 15 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. The stats basically stay the same. But obviously, watching Jrue Holiday, you know that the stats don't matter with him. Like, it's the eye test. Like, you know what you're going to get from Jrue Holiday every night. You're going to get points, and you're going to get hard-nosed defense, even when he was skinny or now when he's hockey now. So, it just really... you were getting a great player out of Jrue Holiday regardless what year these were, if that makes sense. Like, in the 2015-16 season, he bumped up his scoring. He averaged 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. In the 2016-17 season, he averaged 15.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. In the 2017-2018 season, my opinion, the best season or one of the best seasons he's had, when him, AD, and DeMarcus Cousins were a trio. Him, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, and Rondo were, obviously, they were a great team. Like, they could have won it if, obviously, DeMarcus Cousins didn't get injured, and just injuries, bro. But he played 81 games. Jrue Holiday has always been reliable, except for the 2013-14 season and the 2014-15 season, because he dealt with injuries in those years. And in the 2018-19 season, when AD was out, obviously, and he had to carry the load because AD didn't want to be a Pelican no more, he averaged 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. He became, obviously, the lone star on this team until the next season when they got Zion. And in the 2019-2020 season, the COVID year, he averaged 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. That's when he bumped up his stock, because obviously the Pelicans didn't want him anymore. They were going on to a rebuild, building around Zion, and Jrue Holiday was getting up in the age, so they felt like they wanted to trade him to a contender, and they traded him to Milwaukee, and that was the Eric Bledsoe trade, which I feel like they lost, because Jrue Holiday, I guess it was probably a debate back then where Jrue Holiday or Eric Bledsoe, but obviously the Bucks got the better of the deal in hindsight, because in the 2020-2021 season, he was the third option for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he averaged 17.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 6 assists. and he was obviously a key role to the Bucks winning the championship this season, being the third option, and this being one of his best seasons, even when he wasn't skinny Jrue anymore. He was obviously getting his muscle up. And yeah, just winning a championship, him having that championship experience really helped him. In the 2021-2022 season, he averaged 18.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Again, being reliable for this Milwaukee Bucks team. In the 2022-2023 season, his last season in Milwaukee, played 3 years in Milwaukee, he averaged 19.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. He was the second option with Giannis, because Chris Middleton was out basically the whole year, but came back in the playoffs, and I feel like Jrue really struggled in the playoffs, and this would be obviously his last time being at peak Jrue Holiday, because he had to sacrifice a lot for Boston. Obviously muscle up, get his weight up, and be this player that we see now. But in the 2023-2024 season, Jrue averaged 12.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he made the All-Star team in 2022-2023. My bad, I forgot to mention that, when he was the second option. But the last season, 2023-2024, 12.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And this is when he won his second championship, obviously helping this Boston's defense after trading Marcus Smart basically for him and Porzingis. And this season, which prompted me to make this video, he averaged 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's not near as the same player as he was. I feel like he doesn't have the same mobility. Maybe because he was injured, I don't know. But he just doesn't seem like the same player that was in Milwaukee or in New Orleans. New Orleans was damn near 5 years, not even damn near, it was 5 years ago, so you don't expect the player to be obviously as good as he was back then, but not even a slight chance. Like, that's what I was wondering, what year did Jrue obviously put on the weight? Because I can't remember what year that he muscle up, because I remember skinny Jrue Holiday. That's why when I look at him now, something looks off, but I'm like, fuck it, this is still Jrue Holiday, he still got the same face, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's just something about it. And I don't like how underrated he is, because whether you see him now, like his past, like he was a bucket getter. Just because he's a hard-nosed defender now, he doesn't really do too much on offense anymore, except for catch and shoot threes and post up on little guards. Like, it doesn't mean that he didn't have a bag, because Jrue Holiday had a mean bag when he was still the point guard of his team, so-called. Like, he was running the offense and shit. Him, AD, him on the 76ers, him even with Giannis. Like, he had a bag, but I don't know. I just felt like making this video on Jrue Holiday, because I just feel like not a lot is talked about his past. They talk about him now being this defender and shit. But let me know how y'all feel about Jrue Holiday's game, and I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe. Hold up. We not done yet, yo. Like, if y'all want to see some more videos, or one video right here, there's one on the left, and hit that subscribe button, bro. We posting every day, daily. Come on, help the channel grow, and I hope to see y'all next time.